The African Union has launched its new passport to enable free movement on the continent by citizens of African Union member countries. President Mahama, who addressed leaders on the sidelines of the conference, pushed for stronger commitment on the African agenda of trade expansion to eradicate poverty.
The opening session of the 27th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government began on July 17 at the Kigali Convention Center in Rwanda with a strong call for unity on the continent. The opening ceremony was marked by a symbolic act of Pan-Africanism with the launch of the African Union passport aimed at facilitating free movement of people in the continent. Chairperson of the AU and President of the Republic of Chad, President Idriss Déby Itno, together with the President of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, received the first passports. The move is expected to promote easy movement and trade. Addressing leaders on the sidelines of the AU summit, President Mahama made a strong case for more of such measures to be adopted to fight poverty.
While the MDGs help focus world attention on poverty and other forms of deprivation and did in fact succeed in improving living standards worldwide, there's a global consensus that much still remains to be done. To this end, a strong political commitment at the global, national and local levels will be very important in creating favorable conditions to help mobilize all developmental actors to work in harmony for the successful implementation of the SDGs.
Meanwhile, Ghana has been recognized as one of the continent's top performers in the advancement of the economic and social rights of women. Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Hannah Tete, received the African Gender Award for Ghana at the Kigali Summit of the African Union.
Away from that story, let's focus on health. And thousands of researchers, activists and donors have opened a global AIDS conference in South Africa to share ideas about the best ways to treat and prevent the disease. The 5-day conference has drawn more than 18,000 attendees. In 2015, there were 36.7 million people living with HIV. 35 million people have died from AIDS-related illnesses. And since the start of the epidemic, here in Ghana, a number of people living with HIV in Ghana is about 270,000. And Ghana's HIV prevalence rate continues to decline as it currently stands at 1.37, with women making 57% and 43% made up of men. More on the conference, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has urged world leaders to help close the gaps that keep people from accessing services and live with dignity.
The world has proven that when we come together, we can transform lives. But the gains are inadequate and fragile. More than half of all people living with HIV still lack access to treatment. Many people cannot afford a new generation of treatments for AIDS, hepatitis C, and other non-communicable diseases like cancer. There is not enough research and development on neglected and rare diseases. Tuberculosis is the leading cause of death for people living with HIV. But there have been almost no new medicines to treat it in years. The bigger health picture is worrying. We are reactively addressing threats like Ebola and Zika.